Greetings, Internet. Tonight we went and saw this guy, Tapeface. There it is. Stars Born, said Simon Cowell during America's Got Talent. He was a finalist in 2016. And on the back it says, "Thanks for coming to the show. Now you can do what Tapeface can't. Talk about it. We want you to tell everyone you know about Tapeface, as your word of mouth and your recommendation is what matters to us. Give this tiny flyer to someone here in Vegas and help us share the laughter that the world needs." Now, I'm not going to give it to someone in Vegas. We're going to keep it because we like to have little mementos from our trips. Yvonne's got a whole stash going of stuff from all of our trips. It's going to be big enough for its own room soon.
That's not accurate at all.
But rather than
a tiny little.
Do I have to go through all the Beatles stuff we got today?
That doesn't count.
So, rather than give this card out to somebody in Vegas, I hope he doesn't mind if we go ahead and review his show. If you haven't seen Tapeface, I'll let Yvonne describe it.
So he's a comedian, but he doesn't talk. So
True.
it's kind of like a mime comedian.
Yes.
Yeah.
And his whole act.
He's a physical comedian. It's really funny, and it's very clever and very simplistic. Like he doesn't use fancy props or anything. It's stuff that you could find around your house, and he's just very clever with it.
Yes.
And it's a lot of audience participation. He calls a lot of people up to
I was
him.
really nervous
And that's
because
part of what makes it so funny.
Yes.
Is the people that come up there and help him.
The one guy who just couldn't do
one guy
and put his hands down. Just couldn't do it. And he'd just do this and then stay there.
Didn't understand what he was being asked to
And
do.
I couldn't figure out how much
So
he was
funny.
actually getting exasperated trying.
But he's
Are there
pretty
points?
close
Are
to
there
it.
points where he wants to rip the tape off his mouth and say, "No, that's not what I want you
But
to do"?
he understands that that's part of what was so funny for
Yes.
us.
Yes.
Because the guy was so
He couldn't get it.
He didn't know how to.
He couldn't do the disco dance
was
at all.
doing, like, one
He just
hand,
couldn't
one
do it.
hand.
And then when he'd remember this was when he was supposed to be doing the disco dance.
Yeah.
And then he would do the disco dance when he was like, it was just, he had everything all ass backwards. It was really funny.
It was very funny.
He
Him pretending to vomit. He just go.
Yeah. Yeah, it sort of reminded me of Erica on the Goldbergs.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
just, yeah, I mean, it was great. And it was a good show for us to see for our last night here, I think.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't,
I knew
it wasn't
really
the
liked
big over-the-top production like we saw
No.
last night with Love.
No, it was very simple.
Yes.
Like, your tickets didn't even have, like, a specific seat to sit in.
And it's
just you sit in a chair in this little
at Harrah's.
stage room.
And
Yeah.
it's in a spot in Harrah's that if you're not
Hidden in the
looking
back
for
corner.
it, you could kind of miss it, yes.
Yeah, hidden in a back corner.
And it's a little room he's got that seats, I'd say, a little over 100 people.
Yeah. And has
So-
a little stage in
And
there.
and for tickets, it's not one of the more expensive shows.
No.
You can't have a bad seat. You can't go, well, I didn't see what was going on there. But again, I would say about 10% or more of the audience got called up onto the stage at some point.
There was a lot of people.
And it was pretty funny stuff.
It was really funny.
Especially when the audience was kind of ahead of him, like the red button, the guy was ahead of him.
Yeah.
He didn't even have a chance to say don't push it. He just pushed it. And he went with it. They also had, was it Puppet Face?
Oh. I don't know what his name was.
Magic Face.
That's it?
I'm trying to remember. And I'm following him on Twitter, and I'm doing a horrible job. But basically, they use a magician to warm up the crowd for Tapeface. And this magician has a puppet face. I think it's Puppet Face. Anyways, he has a puppet that's basically Tapeface.
Face puppet.
And so he doesn't talk either. He mimes everything. But he was pretty funny, too.
Yeah, he was.
I did make a comment to him on the way out and said, you did a really good job tonight. And then he spoke to me, and I'm like, okay, so we're not in character anymore.
Well,
Fine.
But that's not his character. His character isn't
He didn't talk
talking.
before.
No,
When he was
didn't.
going through the line before the show, he didn't talk.
No.
He just waved and tapped his shoulder and waved.
He commented on my shirt going in, too. Because we both had stripes.
And
Black
Tapeface
stripes.
pointed at her shirt and gave her a thumbs up, too, when we came out. We got a picture with him. and that was kind of fun. My other goal today was met that by wearing Carolina Hurricanes gear. Nobody said a word to me all day.
About your jersey, no.
No, I never got a single
Blackhawks
comment.
The other day, got a lot of
Blackhawks,
comments.
Avalanche. I know if I'd brought Kings or wore the Sharks outside of this building, would have got comments. So I avoided all that, and I think it went pretty well. It was. This has been a pretty good trip, and Tape Face was a fantastic way to finish it.
Yeah, that was really fun.
I got the tickets in October,
I knew we would
so
really enjoy him.
yeah, it was fun.
I knew he would be funny, and it was really funny.
Yep.
Even the parts he did that we've seen on his videos. Were still really funny.
Yep. Yeah, no, that was pretty well done.
Very well done, yeah.
And yeah, he is definitely able to make just regular household objects work. His act is all low tech, and yet there's a lot of thought put into it. It's still about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Which is why I think at one point he traded out and had his twin come in and perform for about 20 minutes.
Since the twin is new.
Partly practicing, but I think, you know what? If he's performing for an hour and a half, getting that 20-minute break could be great for him.
Could be.
Getting that break to, A, yes, he could be watching his twin to see how he does, and B, just to be able to just relax for a few minutes. Because he performs nightly. He performs nightly. So it's a labor of love for him, you can tell, and it is fantastic. So yeah, I can't think of anything else to say other than watch it.
That was really fun.
Yeah, if you get a chance to see Tape Face, it's at Harrah's, which is kind of at the other end of the strip from where we are right now. But it's well worth it. And then after that, we went back to the Lux Cafe for Grand Lux Cafe for more food, and that was fan-flippin-tastic. Yes. So Grand Lux Cafe needs to open near us, and Tape Face needs to have a second location near us as well. I'm sure there's a gymnasium he could borrow. There's something he can borrow and rent out. We'll help him out with that. I'm sure he'll be in contact.
Right.
I'm sure that'll be, I never thought of going to Fraser Valley, British Columbia before. I'll make so much more money there than Vegas. Anyways, so there you go. Not a whole lot else to add because it's a almost 1.5 hour experience of this comedic, almost magician work. A lot of miming and a lot of fun stuff, and he's got a really great sense of humor that comes through, even though he never speaks throughout the whole
But I think that makes it accessible to everybody.
Yes, I think that's part of why in Vegas, where you have so many nationalities coming in, show's great. I mean, you won't get what the girl's saying at the start.
Right, but with comedy, it can be
fantastic.
tricky because some people have trouble understanding.
And from now on, I will make all flowers for you out of tape. All I need to find is the right colors of tape, and I never have to buy you flowers again, and they'll never wilt. So, thank you for that, because now I know, and knowing is half the battle. Thanks, G.I. Joe, for that.
No, Shannon.
So there you go. I have a preview video to do for my regular scheduled hockey programming for tomorrow, and tomorrow is going to be a busy day, so I'll get the preview out of the way and do a different video tomorrow as well. But hey, go see Tape Face. Come to Vegas, watch some shows. It's an amazing city. Because we're through a week now. It's a week. Tomorrow we're leaving. Mm-hmm. And we did maybe a third of what we'd hoped to get done.
Oh, yeah. And people still keep, did you get to do
Did you go through the Bellagio? No. Nope. We saw the fountains, which we didn't see last time.
Yeah.
So apparently you can see the fountains or the inside of the Bellagio.
Yes.
You don't have time to do both in a week.
Mm-hmm.
And there are still a bunch of casinos we haven't been in. We didn't go to Hooters this time.
Thank goodness.
It's true.
We went last time.
That's true.
We won't be doing that again.
Nah, it's kind of sad. But yeah, I could see Tape Face being something I could go to more than once.
Yeah, it's fun.
Because of the fact there's so much audience interaction, it would be funny for different reasons every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be different depending on who went up there.
As somebody who records YouTube videos every single day, I can totally respect somebody who does performance every day, because it can be a tough slog, and people don't appreciate it all the time, but it can be tough. So
I think that would have to make it a little easier for him, having that much interaction with people because it does make it so it's a little bit different for him each time.
Yes.
You never know what kind of person you're going to get.
True. But, I mean, for him, you know, he can't really get sick.
Right.
And he has to be on every single night.
And that's why I would assume that's why they're training the other person.
Yeah.
Then he can have some days
Yeah, it's a
off
lot of
or-
pressure.
Well, like I saw he's going on tour.
Not through anywhere we are.
No. But he is going on tour.
He should consider touring the Pacific Northwest. Seattle would be nice. Vancouver would also be preferable. And if he decided to go to Abbotsford, there's a really nice arena there. Just throwing it out there. Just as an idea. All right. Thank you guys, though, so much for all your support, for watching this video and all that stuff, and for being a part of our journey through Vegas this time around. And we didn't record much outside because
There's music everywhere.
there's music
people
everywhere, copyrighted, and I don't want to record people
Yeah, there's
without their
people
okay.
everywhere.
I wouldn't want somebody stumbling upon my videos and going, wait, you recorded me? That's weird. So, and yeah, so there you go. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. She's exhausted. My work's just beginning,
Midnight.
but we'll get her done.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.